Welcome to the School of Happiness. Friends, today we are going to discuss how to be the magnet of happiness. Happiness, a lot of happiness, and how to write our own life story. Every one of us is having some kind of life story. Some involve happiness, some involve unhappiness. We have to discuss all those things here because your story is all about the things that you make up who you are and what your life is. It is what you believe about yourself. What others have told you about yourself and what version of yourself you show to others. A common misconception many of us are in the habit of thinking is that we do not have the power to affect our own life. On the contrary, we are the creators of our own story. We cannot control the outside factors of life and what it throws at us, but what we really fully responsible for are our thoughts, how we see ourselves, how we invite others to see us. All what we are in the result of what we have thought. Think of all the roles you have chosen to play in your life. You are a son, a daughter, a mother, a father, a student, an employee, a girlfriend, a husband, and many more. These are the roles that we identify with ourselves. We see them to create who we are and what our life is. There are also other ways we choose to identify ourselves. We are heroes, we are cowards, we are saints, we are sinners, we are liars, we are lovers, and fakes too. We believe we are who we are based on what we think of ourselves and what others tell us. These stories that we tell ourselves about us dictate our lives in every way possible. They guide our thoughts and our actions every single day. They can either encourage or hinder our goals and aspirations. Here are a few benefits to writing your own life stories. Allow you to be the pilot of your own life. Instead of living your life on the autopilot, when you take charge of your thoughts, you take charge of your life and you can make it beautiful. You begin to not only take action in your own life, but you become excited about that action. When we are open and positive, our eyes open to the millions of possibilities that life gives us. Possibilities that can only be reached through motivation, action, and positive thinking. That makes you more likable. It's quite simple. People like happy people. People are drawn to people who are positive and excited about life. Everybody has their moment of venting and complaining, but nobody wants to be around somebody who tells it all the day long. Being happy is inspirational, and people will want to be around you so they too can be inspired. Reminds you of how powerful you actually are. When we change our lives for the better, we are reminded of how much control we actually have over our own lives. All you need is just a little dedication and desire to be better. Even if the first change you make is a small one, it's something to be proud of. You saw your life needed to be better, so you did something about it. When challenges and tough situations are thrown our way, we can lose sight of our power, but only when we don't embrace it. Because it is in those moments most that we can make the biggest difference in our lives by not letting those situations destroy us, but make us stronger instead. Helps you achieve your goals. Through positively affirming our lives every single day, we get closer and closer to achieving the lives we want to lead. Whether your goals are professional or personal, being positive allows you to be motivated in achieving those goals. When we open our eyes and see the best versions of ourselves, we see what we truly want in our life, how worthy of it we are, and every possible route to get there. Now you have to complete this assignment. Part one of this assignment is write your current story. Take out a sheet of paper and write down your story using concise statements. Write down how you are, who you are, what you feel, how and when you are happy, when you are sad, and all those things. This story can be written using these questions. They can guide you. The questions are like these: how is your life presently? How is your love life presently? How do you feel in your job? How do you feel in your school or college if you are a student? How is your family situations? How are you socially? How do you feel about your accomplishments? How do you see yourself? How do you think others see you? What is not working in your life? What are the things you wish to fix in your life? What are the things you wish to fix about yourself? Let the story be answer to this question in detail. For example, my life is sad. I don't like my job. I'm not being healthy. I'm coward. I'm not good enough. Be honest while writing your story. If your story is positive one, you love your life and the things in it. You appreciate what you have and what you believe you deserve everything that you want. You understand that some days are good and some days are bad, but either way, your life is yours and you are happy with it. But if your story is negative one, you are not happy with yourself or your life. There are things you wish you could fix, but don't know how. You can't seem to find happiness, success, or satisfaction in anything you do. You go through each day without actually taking control of your choices and allow yourself to be thrashed among the turbulent waves of life. Some lives don't necessarily sway to other extremes, but are somewhere in the middle. This exercise can be helpful to anybody and everybody, no matter where you are at on your journey to happiness. Writing down your current story allows you to see your patterns. Sometimes we don't actually realize why we are unhappy until we sit down, think about it, and write it down. How are you going to change if you don't know even why or what you want to change? Being mindful of why you are unhappy is the only way you are going to stray from your current path and find a new one. Let some time pass after first assignment, like a day or two, and then go for the second assignment. Write the positive of the story, positive opposite of your own life story. Take out another sheet of paper and write down the positive opposite of your story. What is your new story? What would you like your life to look like? For example, my life is great. I love my job. I make healthy decisions in my life and I'm brave. I'm good enough. See, this example is exactly positively opposite to the previous example I had given. Just same thing that you had to do. Read your story and let there be your positive opposite of the same. Being specific allows us to see what details of our lives are important to us. It also makes it easier to achieve those affirmations. Everybody will not always like you, but your co-workers, family, and friends can and will. Now, after writing a story, edit your new story so when you read out loud, it lasts around for 3 minutes only. Go back in one time once again and double check you did not use any negative words. Edit out any repetitions if there are. We all speak at different spaces, therefore some will have longer list and others shorter. 3 minutes is the average time it should take you to read it aloud. Remember, you are going to be repeating this out loud a lot, so make sure it's not too big. Now visualize your story. Close your eyes and create a mental image in your head of what your story looks like. We all know how to fantasize and imagine, and for those of us who have trouble with this, just give it your best try. Go line by line through your story and see it in your head. Visualize it in your head. Get as deep into the visualization as you need, even imagining other factors such as smells and sensations. You are creating a specific moment in your head. Give it as much detail as you can. Create emotional connections. Get excited when you visualize your story. Create an emotional connection to each affirmation. Even if it seems a little forced at first, jump up and down in excitement. Clap your hands. Scream loud. Hold your fist in the air. When we create a physical reaction to an idea gets internalized into your mind and muscle memory. Writing your new story is declaring to the world that this is how you are going to lead the life. Your first story was probably a compilation of aspects that you did not choose for yourself. Over the years, they built up, and suddenly you looked up and didn't know how the hell you got there. You were so busy trying to survive, you just forgot to live. This is the moment when you change that, the moment you choose to live your life. Write the story in present tense, like in I am, I have, I do, like this. Use such kind of sentences. Writing in present tense emphasizes the importance of right now. Writing in future tense, like I will have, enables procrastination and makes us put off thinking in this way till a later one. Words are everything. Remember, my friends, words are everything. Avoid using negative words as well as the words that end in nt, like didn't, done, won't, isn't, couldn't, can't. Don't use the words ending in nt. That shows negativity. Words create your life. Words create your life. If you are using negative words to envision your life will be negative. So be specific. Get specific about what you want out of your life. Instead of saying everybody likes me, say my co-workers, my family, my classmates, my friends like me. Be specific the way you want to live. We can be the writers of our own stories because we are the ones who control our own lives. I'm not talking about obstacles and circumstances that life throws at you. The control I am speaking of is the control over yourself, which is made up of your thoughts and choices. If you are not leading your life you want or think you deserve, then you are the only one who can change that. We have all been subconsciously writing our own stories our whole lives. The only difference is now you are taking control of your own story and rewriting it to fit your own goals and desires. Because if you are not the one controlling your life, the life isn't really yours. Considering that you have already completed both the assignments and 24 hours have passed, it means you are watching this video for the third or fourth time. Now let's do the assignment review. How was the first day after your new way of thinking? Did your day go any differently than usual? Did you feel more present and active throughout the day? When we make decisions in our lives, we feel just how important and powerful we are. We see all our decisions are governed by our thoughts. Our thoughts are first thing we need to examine and change for better. Famous author and life coach writes, the primary cause of unhappiness is never situation but thoughts about it. Be aware of the thoughts you are thinking. Surrender to what is. Say yes to life and see how life suddenly starts working for you rather than against you. Once we fix our thoughts to project the life we want, our actions will follow suit. As was said before, this has to become a habit in order to work. The assignment is continuous. You are going to recite and visualize your new story to yourself 7 days a week, twice a day, and sometimes even more. The best times to do this is in the morning before you start your day, or at night before you go to sleep. When you do it in the morning, your visualization sets the mood and tone for your day. If you start your day positive, you will continue on in that flow and be encouraged to do things in order to make those visualizations more and more and more your reality. It's important to do this exercise before you go to sleep, so your thoughts and dreams are filled with same kind of positive thinking. And lastly, you can do this visualization at any point in your day when you feel those negative thoughts creeping up on you. Just take a moment, take a breath, and repeat your story to yourself. Make this way of thinking your habit. Remember, always live a happy life. After all, happiness is just a choice. Be happy, stay happy.